Till today, Gordon Ramsay is the only chef that I worked under, ever.
Wow.
Ever.
Hey, Guy, when you yelled, it sounded like you'd just been circumcised without an anesthetic, for fuck's sake. A big boy like you, come on.
Consistency is the driver of how successful you're gonna be.
What's the feeling you're after?
I guess I'm obsessed.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Guy Vaknin, and I'm the chef and owner of Beyond Sushi.
Graffiti in the restaurants, breaking the door of the restaurants, vandalism. Got really bad when I got a picture of one of my kids and say, your kid should be like the kids in Gaza and die and stuff like that. I also have friends that got kidnapped.
I say that often, but I'm
And action.
Amazing.
This is fantastic. I love New York.
Yeah.
Actually, also the opening question comes from Louise, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's like, how on earth is he replying so fast? This guy has 5 restaurants. 8. Sorry, she actually said 50. She said this guy has 50 restaurants and it takes him 2 minutes to respond. Yeah. Axel, you sometimes take 5 hours and you don't have any restaurants. Because we were having dinner and I was like, I have some spare time in New York.
Yeah.
Let me record a couple of podcasts. And then I was like, okay, who do I want to have on the show? And you were one of the first names that intuitively came to mind. So here we are.
Here we are.
Sitting.
And I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And the question, how on earth do you...
How do I reply so fast?
How do you respond so fast?
First of all, thank you for having me. That's the first thing. Yeah. And I have been inspired by watching your story online. Waiting for the book, which would be amazing once it comes out. And I'm always very interested in inspirational moments, adversity, people's way of handling the toughest stuff in this world. But how do I respond so fast? Let's go back to the easy stuff. I guess I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with, I've always been obsessed with hearing what my customer or the people that come to the restaurant have to say about the restaurants or about the food or about their experiences. And part of it became extra obsessed in the past 5 years when I started going on social, even though I didn't really want to. I figured out in 2020, while we were going through the worst time of our life and business-wise, that will be the catalyst that will take me out of it, right? So I used social, and I got obsessed with social too. So that's how I respond.
We did something,
and I don't have enough notifications, by the way, on my phone. I don't.
Same.
Same.
We did something funny. I mean, we are going through a revolution, AI revolution, and so I'm using AI. Later on, I want to hear how do you think AI will impact the restaurant industry, but before that, we just checked you out. That's what I do with every guest. And we did hear about you being obsessed with the reviews.
Yes.
That is it really true that you would sometimes spend hours per day reading every single review?
Every one. I get it summarized right now because I have it's too much. But I have my assistant basically this is something that she spends a lot of time on, but it's very important to me. I don't pay attention to the good ones, like those, they're fine. Okay, they're there, they had a great experience. Sometimes I read them just to get nuggets of things that they experienced that I can amplify for the next guest.
Yes.
But the majority of reviews that I read, if there is a review, it scales on 5 stars, right? If there's a review under 4 stars and I don't see it, I throw a fit. Because I have to see. I think that's like, even though it hurts sometimes to read it on a personal level, because it's your food, your creation, your business. That is, for me, has been the tool that I could connect to and see what's going on in those restaurants. I have 8 restaurants. I can't be at all of them all the time.
Yeah.
Customers don't lie. They say what they feel. So she gathers reviews from my reservation platform, my payment platform, my Google platform, Yelp, everything. And everything channels, and I get a report, and I'll read through it, or I'll listen to it. By now, I can't like read all of it. So I'll listen to it, whether it's on the way into work or on the way out to work, and then address things that I think are, benign that you have to do as a restaurateur, as a business owner. And when it comes to food, I look for patterns, right? So if you get a review about a certain item in the restaurant and it happens multiple times, over and over, then you have a pattern. If you get a review about a certain restaurant that is being in a certain way, you have a pattern. Patterns teach us what we need to adjust, right?
Yes.
Or what we need to fix in our life personally, but also in the business. And then, I'll make the adjustments. I've killed menu items because of reviews.
Wow.
Yeah, I've killed. Like, I don't get attached to it. Today it's here, tomorrow it's not. It's all about the customer, and you adjust according to them. And you get that in there. Like people will tell you, hey, if this was a little bit crispier, that would have been great. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Let's try it. And as long as you don't let your ego. And that is
I guess that's the hard part,
That's the hard
because
thing.
you said earlier, sometimes it hurts, and I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that reading feedback, especially if you are part of the business,
It's hard.
can get to you.
It is, but at one point you have to accept I'm on the chopping block every day, thousands of people, right? Like everybody is trying the food. Again, it's not me putting it, but it's my business. It's my responsibility. So over time, 15 years of doing this and reading all these reviews over and over and seeing what people comment, over time you get a nice thick skin to to what people have to say.
Are you detached now from your business? I always tell my clients, you are not your business. Are you detached, or does it still get to you sometimes?
Not the review so much, right? Or not the but it's something that after 15 years of still doing it, right? I'm still working on. If the business does well, it does have an effect on me personally.
Yeah.
If the business does, especially I went through a period this time after a very long time. And we can get into it, but it still affects you, right? I put myself as the face of the business. It's still me, right? So I have to. It's hard to be detached completely. You can't necessarily do that, right? Business goes through hard times. It's you. It's your responsibility. It's what you shoulder, what you decide to take on. The business does well, it will affect you too. It's very, 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 very hard not to have zero emotions connected to it. But I'm working on it because it's something that I want for myself, because it's not fair to the people around me. Does it make sense?
100%. Oh, I can so relate. For me, in my personal journey, the first negative reviews I will always remember. I love hosting retreats, for example, and overall, like, satisfaction rate is over 95%. But I remember the first time I got negative reviews and someone not liking the experience, I was devastated for a couple of days. Like, I don't know, I felt like my worthiness of this event and how they like it is depending on them and on their feedback. So there was not this thick skin in it. I've spoken with a lot of people about this, especially authors, because sometimes I read a book, or like in your case, I go to one of your restaurants, and last year we had one of the best restaurant experiences, if not the best, of my entire life in Anixi. Anixi. The waiter, I don't know his
Joseph.
name. Maybe was it Joseph? Yeah, she is saying so incredibly charming, the whole experience. Like,
Gotta give him props, man.
Yeah, I gave him props. I wrote a review.
From
Joseph.
day one. From day one, he's with us and Anixi. He's a professional.
Wow, I was like, how are you so good? And the food and everything. And I'm sure I will find a couple of bad reviews as well. So I'm like, wow. First of all, everybody, that really helped me in my own journey. Everybody gets good reviews and negative reviews. Like even my favorite authors.
Yeah.
Most of the books of that they publish get 5-star reviews, but they also 1-star reviews.
There is no 100%. In this
There's no
world.
100%, and I needed to accept that. And you
Yeah.
said detach from your ego, and
There's two things in my mind that are like that drive us and keep us like sane. It's one is safety, okay, which is something that you need to feel secure,
Yeah.
okay. And the second one is acceptance, right? It's ingrained in us since we're like kids. You want to be accepted by your peers, by your group, and because it's such a vast exposure, right? People go. I mean, at the end of the day, we feed an average about between 700 to 1,200 people a day. Right?
wow.
There's so many people that go and try the food, and I don't touch every plate necessarily. I try to do as much as I can in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But acceptance is also something that is very, 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 very important to as humans, right?
Yeah.
You got to feel secure and you got to feel accepted. How do you cut that acceptance from the broader people that don't know you and can just throw whatever they want at you, especially now with social media, and just like throw their like puke on you, whatever they want, right? And that happens, and it happened a lot, and lately more than ever. But the other, how do you separate that and feel like, okay, I today put more importance on the smaller circle, right? No, the bigger circle is important to me because it's a business and everything else. But the smaller circle, how do I get my kids, my wife, my family? How do I invest? I was blindsided by the business for a very long time. How do I invest more time in that smaller circle and get that acceptance and draw the strength from it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
And still worry about the reviews and the business and everything else, but not let it affect me like the business has affected me for over the 15 years, right? Yeah, it's a balance. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. Same here, but it's always nice to see when you make progress now. When maybe a comment that would have irritated you a couple of years ago, it's not getting to you anymore. You've mentioned
it's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
Yeah.
You've mentioned it a couple of times that especially right now you get, what was it called? I think you called it trash.
Yeah, a lot of hate. Yeah.
A lot of hate. How are you dealing with it? And what is the hate? Because I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm so busy with my own.
Yeah. It's okay.
with my own life.
Okay.
And,
Everybody is.
The book. But
what's going on?
What's going on?
So, well, I mean, everything is tied up today in a political way in the world, right? Everything is somehow. People find a way. I classify it by there's two people. There's two kinds of people in the world that thrive on building and creating. Okay, and there's people that thrive on destroying or look for that. And unfortunately, social media and online presence and all that is always pushing whatever is. The opposite, the destruction, the whatever gets the clicks, right? And lately, or it's not lately, it's been for the past 2 years. I was born in Israel. Okay, I'm originally from Israel, lived in Israel my whole life, lived right outside the Gaza Strip, actually, about 500 meters away, one of the towns that got hit on October 7th. But I tried for the longest time since then not to get involved in anything politics. My mission has always been plant-based restaurants, vegan restaurants. My mission was to feed as many people as possible plant-based food, show that plant-based food could be fun and could be just as good or even better than your usual restaurant. And we can create dishes that would make anybody that is not vegan also participate and be able to come and not feel like they're missing out on something. That was my mission. And I was celebrated for that mission for a very long time until October 7th happened. And then because of my background, which is kind of crazy and racist, I've been here for more time than I've been in Israel.
Yeah.
I'm an American. I've been here for, I still love my country where I was born. Do I agree with everything that politics that they're doing or whatever's going on over there? I don't. Do I think that war is bad and people dying at both sides?
Yes.
I think it's bad. I've always thought that, and I still think that peace is the only way out of it, right? 2 states, whatever the solution. That's not mine. I'm not a politician. I'm a chef. But I was found as the scapegoat because I was born there, because I'm Jewish, because of all that stuff. And I've been getting hate over the past 2 years, and people trying to boycott the restaurants, which was...
What is the hate?
Hate is...
If I would have
hate is...
those voices in...
Yeah.
in
No,
the
it's
room.
physical. It also gets to like a physical realm. It's not just on messages and stuff like that. Graffiti in the restaurants, breaking the door of the restaurants, vandalism. The hate got really bad when I got a picture of one of my kids and say, your kid should be like the kids in Gaza and die and stuff like that. Or you should die or stuff like that you get online. And, it's going to be very hard to scare me. But at the same time, there was calls for boycotts of the business. Now, it hurts the business at the end. Restaurant business is very, very slim margins, right? If you lose 10% of your overall income, that could hurt the business tremendously, right? So I've been getting that for 2 years, stayed out of it, didn't pay attention. Whatever I needed to block, erase, whatever. But it got really bad in the past 2 months, and then I started getting like the vandalism, the messages online, all that stuff. So I had to say something. Nice. And I made a very clear statement. Hey, I'm not on this side. I'm not on that side. I'm a chef. I want to run the business. And the messed up thing, it came from the vegan community, from the vegans, not from like some random, I don't know what, right? From the vegan community, within the vegan community, Vegans for Palestine, people that celebrated me, that were part of the movement, became the people that I was trying to destroy. And that felt very uncalled for, very weird to me that it would come from the people that are within. And I'm on the same mission with you guys. Yeah, I wasn't born here. I was born in a different country. I'm not the same
What's
faith.
their intention? Like if
they feel like because I'm Israeli or Jewish or whatever, that I am, because I didn't denounce or I didn't get political, because I didn't go and say, hey, whatever they think about the genocide and all that stuff, which I agree, I disagree, it doesn't matter. I'm cooking, I'm the chef, I'm against that, I'm all for peace, love, I'm doing it for the animals, I'm not even like, for the ones that can't speak. Because I didn't get political, because I was apolitical about it, that I need to get political and say something so they can accept it. Right? Does it make sense?
I mean, it does make sense. I knew that. I'm just wondering if someone has would have access to sit with us here right now.
Oh, I would love to.
And share what they basically want. Like I would want to ask, like, what do you want? Like, what is your intention?
Clearly. I mean, I don't think that it's that clear. I think that there is a lot of forces that are pulling over there. I don't know if all of them are. I think they're being used in a lot of ways. We are full of empathy in this movement, right? We're full of empathy for the animals, and I think that the movement is being used for other things, not just the animals and not just the mission. I have always been very open talking about it. I grew up in the 90s where the Oslo Accords were like the biggest thing, right? I was part of like peace movements, meeting with the other side, bridging the gaps, all that stuff. But I also lived in a country where buses used to blow up. And you have to be afraid to go on the bus because you might blow up with it, right? I served in the military as well because I had to. and because it was my country and it was my duty. So I've seen it firsthand. And I also have friends that got kidnapped. And I also have friends that got killed and in pieces. And because I lived in all that envelope, I lived in a kibbutz that 200 people got killed in. I lived in Sderot where a lot of people got killed and a bunch of people got kidnapped. My first love girlfriend, from my elementary school was in Gaza for about 60 days, got raped, talked all about it all over the news and, and the slander that goes with it. But I've been quiet because I didn't want to get involved. That's not something that I wanted to get into because I have a responsibility towards 250 people that work in this company. Do I now going to pick sides and how it's going to affect? I have responsibility towards our mission, which is avoid eating animal products, right? Or avoid killing animals. And that was my mission. Do you have to deal with the adversity? Yes. Can you run away from it? No. But can you outlast it? I think so.
Oh, first of all, I want to say I'm really, really. I don't say that often, but I'm really sorry for, especially when family gets involved.
And I am the last one to ask for, because I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I would never ask for empathy or somebody to help me, or I would to say that, to allow to put out a statement was the hardest thing it was harder than building the business, because I don't need, in my mind, I don't need anybody's help.
Yeah.
I got this, right? I'm always the hard, strong person for my team, for my family, for everybody. But at that moment, it was like, okay, enough. This is my kids. You don't have kids yet?
Not yet.
Okay. When you do, you'll know what it feels like when somebody threatens your kids. It's not something that you can, go by, idly by it and feel like it's okay. It gets you to very weird places. Yeah. So yeah, I had to say something. Yeah, and that was it. And to be honest, I'm getting a lot of love now, and I'm getting a lot of support from the community. From not even from only the Jewish community, but from the community in general that sees the hypocrisy, right? Because there's a lot of hypocrisy in it. That on one tongue you're saying, hey, I'm for veganism and I'm for animals. But on the other one, you're trying to destroy, we're the biggest in the city, right? We're the biggest vegan group of restaurant in the city. We probably serve the most. I bet everything I had on this, right? And everything, all my, it's our future. Yeah. So to one tongue, hey, I'm for the animals. I want to save animals. But on the other one, you're destroying one of the biggest supporters of it. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always room for conversation. I just think it gets really tricky when you especially involve kids and violence of any kind.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what this movement stands for?
Yeah.
Not being violent.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm laughing about it now because, at the end of the day, I got nothing not to, this is the only way for me to deal with, what's going on. But head up, not scared, not going to stop. If it does do anything, at the end of the day, it's going to hurt people that work for the company. I've done this business for such a long time that if you hurt the business, you hurt the business. It's a shame, but hopefully we go out of it stronger. And I believe that good always wins, right? The light always wins. And people that want to build or devote their life for building things and not destroying it are always better off, because you're not there being resentful about something. You're building something. You're working towards something good, not towards you dedicate your life to destroy something, right? So that's my approach to it. Did it touch me a little bit mentally, stuff like that? Yeah, it did. But I'm strong cookie, so he'll be okay.
Strong cookie. Even strong cookies crumble sometimes.
Yeah. No, they chip. They chip. They chip. Yeah, they do. I mean, but listen,
Yeah,
it's
grateful.
the adversity, right? You've
I mean,
you've been through a lot.
100%, and I can tell you that looking backwards, connecting the dots at some point, you will probably at some point say, hey, this made me so incredibly strong.
Oh, yeah.
It made me grow, and it happened for me in some shape or form. When you're going through it, it's really tough to
All that I am.
to see it. I'm curious, as you mentioned COVID. As a restaurant owner, how was that? I'm just looking for experiences that were similar, and now if you look back, did they serve you in some way? I mean, being a restaurant owner during COVID, trying to find a picture that illustrates the pain.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you paint the picture. What was it like?
I mean, for me, it started a lot earlier. Like the mental thing or the strength started in my early 20s. So right after I got out from the service and I came here, I had a few years here of finding what I want to do, how I want to do, and went through, okay, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to be a computer engineering. And that's where I started. I went to college over here, and then 3 months into it, I quit, and you're lost, and you're like in your early 20s. I was 22, 23 already, and went into a very dark period in my life, depression and not understanding anxiety, not understanding the world. What am I supposed to do now after all of this? I'm just starting the world, and this doesn't fit for me, or I'm not in a good place. And in America, everything is solved by comfort and pills and whatever not. And of course, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, okay, you have to take this and this and that. And it was a very consequential experience of my life. I listened, and where I come from, a doctor knows everything, right? So you do whatever the doctor says.
Yes.
And as soon as I tried one of those things, I was like, okay, I'm a zombie. This is not what it's supposed to be, right? And my dad came along and made me throw those things into the river and told me, okay, you're going to go through this, and you're going to go through this adversity by yourself. And I did. I mean, it took me a year and a half, but I basically went from a place where I couldn't walk down the street without, either my dad or my mom holding my hand. And I look at it back at it now, and I'm like, this is okay. And I think that crisis shaped who I became afterwards. And out of that, forget about service, forget about everything. That period of time shaped the thoughts, the belief, the control over what meaning or what power do I give to my thoughts necessarily. What do I speak, which is extremely important to me. You tell me how tough things are, and even if they're tough, all's good. Why? Because that whatever you say, whatever you believe, or whatever power you give to your thoughts is who you become, I believe.
Yeah, words are spells.
Yeah, and those days were dark. Like your mind can play tricks on you like nobody's business. It would physical even. I would see blurry. I would like feel it in all my body when I was anxiety or depression or whatever it is. But coming out of that shaped who I became afterwards, where I wasn't afraid anymore of basically anything. I was like, okay, I'm this. This is what I've been through. We live here for a moment in time. I have a small period of time. Until I'm hopefully 80, 90. And I'm going to make the best out of it. And I changed. Like I switched. I switched.
How
I
did you
became
change? How did you switch? What was the
after
one-
the year and a half of dealing with it. I switched my mindset to focus on the things that matter to me, the things that love. First of all, loving yourself and not worrying about all the noise around, which is like all the people, all the chatter, and focusing on what you want to do or what you want to achieve as a person. Does it have its drawbacks? Because I didn't pay attention to a lot of things with family and stuff that I needed to, yes. But I was hyper focused. I was hyper focused on what I want to do, how I want to succeed, what my mission is, what I want to open. I didn't have the full story of how it's going to unfold, but I came to terms with uncertainty. Does it make sense? Like I came to terms that I can't control everything, but I can control what I do today, tomorrow, how I plan the next year to be the 5 years, and I'm going to try to do my best at that and have the discipline to keep on going, even when it's hard and even when it's like, and have the faith, which is one thing that is extremely important for me, even though I'm not religious or anything. The belief that you can, that nothing is impossible, right? That I can make this happen. If I tell you where I came from, my mom is a single mom. My dad moved here when I was like 5. We lived in a 1-bedroom in the smallest town in the edge of Israel, right by Gaza Strip. And to get to a point where I believe that all of that is possible and I can build it and I can bootstrap it, which is another thing that we did. No investors, nobody to hand me out anything, just go raw at it, was a big deal for me. But I also believe that I can do it. You know, that period of time taught me that I can wield my mind and myself to do not anything, but most things. Okay, I can't fly, but I can't just jump like Superman. But I can do a lot. You know?
Yeah, I'm picturing now. I had this picture in my head. You and your dad throwing, or him throwing out the medication.
I
What
did
was
it.
You did
I
it
did, yeah.
with like antidepressants.
Yeah,
or-
I mean that I didn't touch. At first, they gave like Xanax, right?
Okay.
So I took one of those, and I knew right away that this is not real.
Yeah.
This is not real. This is just you put a Band-Aid on when your arm fell off. You know,
Yeah.
this is not gonna fix the situation. So yeah, I threw it out.
So I had that picture in my mind, and if that version of you would hear now you talking about your ability to, create almost anything that you desire, that you want, I think there could be potentially some disbelief, or like he would probably sit here and like, how the
Yeah,
fuck,
what are you talking about?
what are you talking about? And or maybe if he took a couple of other pills, he would ask, how did you do it? That would be a very intelligent question. So I'm just looking for this.
How does it work?
Yeah, was there one
Revelation?
decision, one aha moment, one thing
Yes.
you did?
Yes.
What was it?
Yes, very vividly. It was an aha moment. It was when the storm is in your head, right? I believe that when you're like all in it, you're under anxiety, the storm, the depression, you don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I kept telling myself, or at least I was told to keep telling myself that things will be okay. And I remember vividly, I was at my dad's place. I was in the yard, sitting on one of the chairs, and I was a cigarette smoker, so I was smoking my cigarette back then, and I was sitting over there, and there was a moment of calm. 5 seconds of light, of calm, that I felt the feeling of who I was or who I can be. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can go backwards in this world. You can be something else. But the feeling of calm or the light, like you said, 5 seconds, and then it was snapped away. But in those 5 seconds, and I can recall from now, I know those 5 seconds gave me the grasp on, hey, it is still like crazy, but it's possible. So it was a very hard journey, and it was moments by moments. So there is no fix in one.
Yeah.
Even though today, when I have downs, right, I try not to go under a certain line. I always say, okay, well, you can't be high all the time. You can't be calm all the time. You're gonna have moments that you're gonna feel that. But if there is like a graph, right, that you can draw, there is a line that is 0. Okay, you can go down, but don't ever let yourself go under 0 in your thoughts, right? You stay above that. You can go up, but don't ever go under that 0. You go under that 0, it just keeps the loop going of going under. And I played that thing in my mind, and I practiced on a daily basis altering my thoughts. Saying, okay, when the thoughts come, don't give them credence, don't give them value. Thoughts come. So what? You might have a thought, like a bad thought about, oh shit, this is gonna happen. Okay. So the thought is there. Move on. Okay. The thought will always come. It's how you handle the thought and how much power you give it that really tells you how you're gonna be later. So it was a brick by brick by brick by brick. But when I got to a point where I was feeling like I was as strong as I was before, I kept building. I didn't stop there because I already had the recipe of what you can continue building. You can. You have the ability now. Just continue building. Build the confidence. Build the strength. Stay humble. Stay humble, because that's like another. You can go and you think that you're now something else or Superman. Stay humble. Because I've made and it's all a learning process, right? And it keeps going from there. Did I get slapped along the way with other things? COVID,
Gordon Ramsay
decisions, Shark Tank, being like all, but the idea was always to be the stupid one in a room full of people that are better than me, and not be afraid of that.
Yeah, I could see that in your journey. You keep putting yourself into rooms with people who you can learn from.
Oh, yeah.
And put yourself into situations where you can grow.
In bad situations.
Interesting. That seems like a pattern.
Yeah. Because adversity, listen, if I take that moment in my life, that adversity, of course you don't want to be addicted to being in adversity, because that's not fun either, right?
Sure.
But you have to put yourself in situations that are going to make you grow.
Yeah.
Sitting here and talking to you is not something that came natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
I put myself in that situation many times before, and it was shitty, right? Sorry for my, hopefully it's okay to say. Okay, good.
But you can swear as much as you want.
It was shitty because my English wasn't good. I couldn't talk. I couldn't express myself. I couldn't articulate my ideas. But putting myself in that position made me learn how to speak to the camera. Made me learn how to speak to my team. How to articulate to them what I expect from them. Did it work all the time with my team? Not necessarily. Did it always worked with the podcast? Not necessarily. But over time, you build that ability. You build one of the things that I always say, storytelling, or telling what you want, is 50% of everything that you do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I can run a menu today and I can articulate to my guys, okay, this is what we're doing, and this is what needs to get done, and this is what you're supposed to look for, and these are the things that we gotta watch out for. This is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen for this dish, that dish, that dish. And I can articulate it, and I can run a new menu in a week, where it would take me 2 months to sit there and like work with them that everything is okay. So one of the lessons.
My book, my first ever book, maybe this is happening for you, not to you, is available for pre-order right now. Behind the scenes, for the last 2 years, I've been working on this project, on this book. I put my heart into it. I put my best lessons that I've learned from facing death into this book. Not just my lessons, also the best lessons about life that I've learned from interviewing some of the greatest minds on planet Earth. It's available at your fingertips. It's available for pre-ordering. Pre-ordering is incredibly important for me. I'm going to be very honest with you. Why would you pre-order a book? For me and the movement. I wrote this book to serve, to help others. I know the story. I know our videos literally save lives. And so pre-ordering really helps this mission. Since you're doing me a favor and the movement a favor, I want to do you a favor, okay? So whoever pre-orders the book gets bonuses worth hundreds of euros. You get an entire day of coaching with me, where you transform together with me your body, your mind, your soul, your finances. And as always, I won't hold back. I give you the tools that you need to transform whatever thought, whatever idea, whatever dream you have, you desire, and take that into reality. I need to ask about the...
I feel like I'm talking too much.
No, it's a podcast. You're supposed to talk.
I'm supposed to
It'd be
let
a
you
bad
ask
sign.
question.
Also, I'm jet lagged. So you're helping me here.
Okay.
No, I love it. I need to ask. Yeah, well, AI
Yeah.
gave me a couple of very good hints. You know, it's my personal assistant. I have a couple, and AI is included.
I use it too.
And one thing that needed to be addressed by it's coming from AI is your experience with Hell's Kitchen and Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Obviously. What was that like? And what was maybe one of the things you learned from him and that experience?
Gordon Ramsay. It was definitely not an intended experience. Let's put it that way. I got an email from someone. I was the chef at my dad's catering company back then. And I got an email. This is 2008, 9, something like that. And I got an email from someone. I wrote back and I wrote my life story, where I came from. Which is funny because that's like, but they caught up to that and they were like very happy about it. In reality TV, they need a story.
Yeah.
And I went and I did my casting, and we went into, I went for season 8. I flew out to LA. I did all the casting over there, and they didn't take me in season 8. But they called me for season 9 and 10 and said, hey, you want to come again? By then, I also learned that, okay, it's reality TV. You have to have your personality go out. Don't keep it in.
Yeah.
Just let it out. So I let it out. And they recruited me, and we did season 10. It was very interesting. First of all, you're 24 hours mics, 24 hours, like cameras on you. So it's a very different feeling. I went into it knowing that I don't want to be, I want to cook well. I want to do well, but I didn't want to be the clown. That I come out of it because it's national TV, and at the end of the day, I want to have a career afterwards. But I knew it's gonna be fun, but I didn't have the experience. So jumping into things, I just got out of like culinary school. My dad made me the executive chef of his company because he wanted to go on vacations. Had no experience, never worked under a chef. Gordon Ramsay, and till today, Gordon Ramsay is the only chef that I worked under, ever.
Wow.
Ever. Which, in a way, is good because it didn't box me into something, and I could do what I do today. And I think that if I was boxed under one chef, I would never go into this business. Even being open to the plant-based world wouldn't have happened, I don't think. If I was like trained in a traditional restaurant and ingrained in me all those things. The fact that I could be free and create and do whatever I wanted, I think helped this journey that I had. But on the show, it was first time that I have a chef that is telling me what to do, how to do, and all that stuff. I know how to cook, but it was intense. Let's put it that way. It was very intense. He has no filters. I mean, they edit a lot of it.
Wait. They added the filters?
Oh, of course, they added a lot of his stuff. I mean, it could be worse. So they do edit a lot of it. They edit a lot of the things that you do to make it interesting, also.
Yeah.
But one thing that I did learn, and I wish that I had more time in my earlier career to work under a chef, because it's very interesting. And maybe one day after I'm done, I'll go and get a line cook job and just work in a restaurant just for fun. But it was very interesting to see the obsession, the crazy obsession over standards and over precision, right? That everything has to be, and this is something that I picked up, and some moments of my career I was very, I'm still a little bit crazy about it, where it's the precision that, and the execution and the standards of what you're putting out, how the plate goes out.
Yeah.
And my teams know that. Like, I don't accept, I don't care how long we've been doing it. If it's the first plate, second plate, third plate, 1,000 plate, it all has to come out at the same standards. And if you slack on those standards, you're gonna hear what I think about it. Because at the end of the day, a restaurant creates, but it's a very, very, it's a very monotonic job. You have to execute the dish at the same level. The creation part is it's like this, small. It's right, this much. People get fascinated by restaurant thinking that all you do is create all day. It's not restaurant. You're working. You're working in the most pressured environment to create the same thing over and over and over and over and over again at the highest standards. Consistency is the driver of how successful you're gonna be, right? First plate, second plate, 1,000 plate. That's why I started with sushi also. There was a whole theory behind the sushi. But how you create that dish over and over and over and over again will determine how successful you're gonna be, determine a lot of things along the way, whether it's waste, cost, a million other things along the way that are part of it. And I'm okay as a cook, as creator. I think that there are better chefs than me in that, and I accept that. But I'm very good in systems, and I'm very good and I'm very obsessed about standards and about repetition, both in my personal life, but in the kitchen as well. Execute all the time. All the time, doesn't matter. You're tired, this, that. Show up, execute, and that's what drives a business to be successful. It's not the creation. I don't think so.
One pattern that I see within you is that you love, first of all, you love putting yourself into uncomfortable situations.
True.
It feels like they make you grow a lot. Another pattern that I see is that you seek feedback like there is no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is really unusual. Like, I haven't seen that many times. I've seen it with, I love reading autobiographies.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos loved to do that. But most people, especially if they're involved in the business, are like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to check the comments. But you do, and I can say, here's a review. Here's maybe a feedback that can even give you value from the 5-star reviews, because I did leave you a review yesterday. I hope you will.
I'm gonna read it.
I hope you will read it. You told me you don't read the 5-star reviews. I'm gonna write you a 1-star review. No, but what I said is, Luis and I were both a little jet lagged yesterday in the restaurant. We were tired. First of all, the food made us so incredibly happy. That was one thing. You know how good the food is. I don't have to tell you. But we are walking out of the restaurant, and at the end of the door, someone is waiting for us and says, "Thank you so much for coming, Axel."
Yeah.
I was like, "How do you know my name?" And Luis and I were both looking at each other. I'm like, "Wow."
So
Those are the little details
This is so crazy because that's something that over time we learned in this company, right? I was obsessed with food and execution. But I've learned over the years that experience sometimes surpasses that by a lot. So a good determination if somebody's coming back or how they leave the restaurant is not just the food, it's the experience. I don't know if you noticed, you were in La Basque yesterday, right?
Yes.
So from the silverware to the glassware, you want to feel special,
Yeah.
right? The silverware has all these designs on it, and we went all out in that restaurant. You want to feel special when you go out, when you spend your money. Vegan, not whatever, doesn't matter, right? You want to feel an experience. If you want to build something that is long, and my approach has always been longevity, not hit and run, right? Because businesses don't make money in a short period of time. They make money over time. They create value over time. They support a community over time. So longevity has always been my purpose. Also for security, purposes for yourself, for your employees, and so on. For growth, you can't grow in a year.
Yeah.
You build a business and a company for many years. That's the idea. And if you want to do that, you have to give experiences the experience is more important than anything else, even the food.
Yeah.
It's how you feel. It's that Joseph that you remembered. It's the guy that would say thank you. It's the card that we leave when you have an anniversary or birthday. It's that extra touch that makes a difference. Now, it's very hard because that's a human factor.
Yeah.
And that's very hard, struggling, but working on it like all the time. Been very hard because I did 3 restaurants in the past year and a half. I kind of overdid myself. But that was the challenge, right? I said, okay, we're at the end of 2023, right? Right before October 7th, I signed for 3 restaurants all at once. And I had this vision plan, grand plan in my head that I wrote in 2020 while I was bored and closing restaurants. I had this vision that we're going to open by this time, this many, and these are what's going to happen. And I had a 5-year plan, and I was going to do everything I can to get to that. So I signed for 3 all at once, and I opened the first one, and then there was problems with this one, and this person, that person, and then that dragged along. So it took me a year and a half to go through all the 3, which normally I would just pop them, like, because we built everything around it. I also own a company, construction company that builds the restaurant. So I built that restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, we built that restaurant. We built the one before. From Willow, we built all the restaurants. So built 6 in the past 4 years, 4.5 years. So I overshot it. But now that we're done, I'm going back and pushing a lot of those things, the experience things, which is extremely important.
Yeah, it's very interesting how the food could be amazing, but if the service is bad,
The food becomes bad.
the food
No, you
becomes-
taste different. It's missing salt suddenly. It's missing flavor. It's not presented well. It starts with
It really is important, and it's not only the case in the restaurant industry, it's also the case in, go to a 5-star hotel.
Oh yeah.
They will nail they I don't know how they do that, but my second name, my surname is Schura.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
When
would
I go
have
to
a hard time
restaurants,
saying that.
they pronounce it somehow. They find out,
Yeah.
and they greet me with my surname. I'm like, how on earth? But this is like going the extra mile in the podcast world. I heard this the other day. Diary of the CEO, Stephen Bartlett. They find out what the favorite music is of the guest.
Yeah.
Pick him up and play the music. I'm like, boom.
The
Wow.
podcast. No shade on the AI research, but the girl that I did the podcast with last week, she sat down and like listened to all my previous podcasts, and she had all these questions about all these things. She's a journalist. She's from the BBC or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she does she went. So at some points you can, right, we're not a 3 Michelin star restaurant. And like when we went to 11 Madison, right? They knew everything. They knew I'm the owner of this restaurant. They knew everything about it, right? They went and did the research. They have somebody that sits down and does research about all the people that come in, and then they give you nuggets that make your experience very special. We're not there. I don't think
Very
I'll ever be.
inspiring.
I don't think I'll ever be there because it takes a lot of funds and a lot of energy and all these things. But yeah, that's that experience thing. It could be casual too. Like it could be that Joseph. That it could be that. It doesn't have to be like the deep research because it's not always. Cool that somebody researched your whole life when you came to a restaurant, you know? I don't want you to, I just came to eat, you know?
Yeah, especially if you're an OnlyFans creator.
Yeah,
you
oh,
don't
man.
want to know.
Yeah, I saw you on that one. You don't like bananas? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that could happen.
I don't. I hope not.
Keep it vegan, bananas.
I usually end my podcast interviews. I have no idea where we are in terms of time. How's it?
Around 55.
55. Oh,
man.
perfect. So, we got time.
That
Wonderful.
went
Wonderful.
fast.
That went fast, but sometimes I also know like I think it's 30 minutes and it's 3-hour podcast episode.
Okay.
And with my jet lag, I'm not trusting my time and instinct. But one question that I ask every single guest is: imagine I am writing a book, and I'm passing it on to future generations with the best advice, the best tips for life.
Okay.
Health, relationship, could be business advice, something that you could pass on to my kids,
My kids?
your kids.
My kids.
What's
Which I tell them all the time.
what would you write into this book if it would be one chapter?
I believe in 2 major things that improve you as a person, and I've picked it up from other people that I listen, read. It's not just me. You're influenced by everything around you. But one guy that I follow and all the time is Jocko Willings, and one of the things that really change who you are is when you take ownership of the things that are around you. And he has a very good book called Extreme Ownership. I'm sure a lot of people read it. But I think that idea of taking ownership of your moments, your bad moments, your good moments, your life, is so important. Not allowing yourself or your mind or your mouth to say that it's because of something or it's in the influence of someone else is something that changes your life, your personal life, and your whatever it is you want to achieve tremendously. Because by taking that ownership, you basically are putting yourself in an adverse situation where you have to find the answer of how to fix it. It doesn't matter if it's somebody else's responsibility or fault. Mm-hmm. Once you take that ownership, you can genuinely find a solution or a pathway forward to where it's gonna get fixed. You can resent and say that somebody else should have done something or anything or blame or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's not going to take you anywhere. That's just going to keep you in the same place and you're not moving forward. And the second thing that I always say to my kids, don't avoid hard. Avoiding it always keeps you in the same space because hard or adversity, and we talked about it a little bit, don't put yourself in a hard place. Okay, unless you want to grow and you want to, but don't avoid it. If hard comes your way, just deal with it, outlast it. Don't run away from it because you can't. It's gonna come somewhere else. Whether it was me quitting nicotine, for instance, I avoided it for such a long time, ran away from it. But I just ran away from it to get to it again. At some point, I would have to do it. I would have to face my demons and go and fix it. So don't avoid hard. It's always going to come your way somehow. Those two things has been like a compass for me. Deal with it, with the adversity, with everything, and own it too, because that's the only way you'll find solutions for anything. Yeah.
What's the best advice your kids have ever given you? Or a lesson they taught you?
First of all, the kids are always teaching you. It's something that they don't mean to, but they teach you without really thinking about it. So I think that once I had kids and I saw innocence in its purest form, reminded me that not everything is so important as we think it is. Perspective is a very, very, very important tool. We tend to give credence to stuff that, a kid doesn't have to think about, and it shows you innocence. And that is a lesson that I'm still working on because it's hard. It's hard because you're built in a certain way, but every time I see them and I see that clean slate mind that just is getting inspired by things, reminds me to do the same for myself. And I think that's the most beautiful lesson that I could take from them. Yeah.
What advice would they give you right now?
Besides being more home, I just spent a day because it was a holiday. I spent a day with one of my kids, and we went out and we went on this sand dune and we started jumping. And your kid comes to you and they say, "I had a blast. This is the best day ever. Thank you, Abba," because that's how they call me. It's so rewarding. Everything else doesn't matter. Like business, this is the things that, so the simple stuff. This is what they would teach me now. Appreciate, be grateful for the simple stuff. Be grateful that you wake up and it's not about business, it's not about achievement, it's not about anything. Be grateful today because tomorrow it could be, And I know that, and we all know that, and we keep it in the back of our mind, but we are not. We wake up and we go through our day and we think that you got to be grateful. You can walk, whatever it is that you can do, eat, breathe, be with your family. That's the thing that should keep you from going under that line that I told you. That's the thing. If you ever get into a moment where you feel like you're going to go under that line, gratefulness, being grateful for the simple things, for anything, that is a thought, very important. Yeah.
It's gonna be one of my last.
Sorry,
questions.
I'm so deep on it.
No. You don't be sorry. This was amazing.
Very important.
I want to know how. Not how.
This is great, by the way.
Right?
Yeah.
We're giving free advertisement, but no problem.
Yeah.
You brought a lot of joy to me. What is it called? Moment?
Yeah.
I had it last year in LA, and I got very funny dreams.
Mood boosting.
I'm going to be dreaming. Also, because we were talking about food so much, I'm getting so hungry. I'm salivating in my mouth.
Right. We're open for lunch. Yeah. We'll come for dinner
I'm picturing this, and I'm a very honest guy. Sometimes Louise says too honest. Like a waiter comes to me and asks how was the food, and I didn't like it.
You would say.
I would say, and she's like,
"Good." No,
no, it was not good. Listen, this.
I do that too.
That is good. I think it's also important.
Yeah.
Because if someone asks me for feedback, like if I ask a customer for feedback, I want to know the truth. I don't want you to don't lie to me. I don't want you to sugarcoat. Yeah. Because I can't change anything unless I know.
And what is it gonna do for me if you lie to me?
Exactly, nothing. So I'm not just saying this to be nice. There is this in Annecy. There is this vegan meat.
Yeah.
It's like
Junk foods.
Huh?
The steak,
Is how do you call it? It's like a
kebab.
It's like a kebab. It's the best thing I've ever.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Where was the question? I went
You
somewhere,
asked
but
a question.
I'm just thinking about this kebab. It was amazing. And
Good. We're open for lunch. And we have an Italian restaurant right down the street. So.
It's how.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's like
Italian, yeah. Pasta, pizza.
pasta pizza.
Everything,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Let's
please.
go.
Yeah, the question was, why do you still do it? Like, why do you
Why?
why do you keep, you told me 3 new restaurants. You have so many amazing restaurants. Why not slowing down? Why not spending more time
With the family and stuff?
with the family? What is it for you?
So there is a part of me that wants to slow down now that I've done the 8, and it wasn't easy. I mean, there was a lot of complications in the past year because building Beyond, there's a part of me that says, hey, I don't need all of this. Maybe we shrink a little bit too, right? Because building beyond a certain amount where you're grasping everything, you are relying on a team. And I think that at one point during this whole journey, one of the things that I really wanted to is build a company, not just be a business owner, which is something very different. Company runs on its own, keeps growing on its own, which is the distinction that, you can have a company, but if you're running all of it, you're running all of it. You're a business owner. Building a company that runs by itself for the most part and grows with a leader within the company would have been the ideal situation. Very hard. It's very hard managing people, leading. It's not just leading with how I lead in a kitchen. It's leading on a bigger scale. I don't know if I'll open more. Like, I don't know. It all really depends on how things go. There is also an unfortunate regression in the movement that I'm feeling, at least in the vegan community here in America, at least. I don't know what's going on in Europe.
Most countries.
And hopefully, I mean, from my experience, it swings. So it's not at its height. But the thrill and the addiction to growth and challenge, I think, has always been the catalyst why I make a decision. Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for this one. We're gonna go. It's. You wanna test life and how far you can take it. So if I lose, I lose. But you wanna test yourself and life and your mission. How far can you take it? Hopefully, it's not the end of how far I can take it, but I'm definitely going to take
What's the feeling
time.
you're after? Because I don't know if you agree. I always say when people want things, more restaurants, more money, more. For some people, it's cars. For some people, it's a part. My person. I want my person. I always say, you want a feeling that's underneath it.
Yeah. So I think that I at one point felt like responsibility is meaning, and that gives me, the more I could take on, the more meaning it felt. I do have a shift now where I want to have more time balance between the family and everything, but responsibility still feels like you have, the more you can carry on your shoulders, the more people that you can bring with you and bring up with you, because it's been a journey. I have people that started from day one with me and still in the company, right? And my partners, part of the management structure is that they get a certain equity in the company as well. That responsibility is the meaning, right? But then we get back to our conversation earlier. How do you detach yourself from the company? How all those things don't mingle together, all those things. Something for me to sort out now that I did my 5-year goal which was to open all these restaurants, and we got to it, and we're done. All the struggles,
Yeah.
whatever. But now I need to sort out. Okay, what's the next step? We'll see. Let it
I
play
see
out.
I see a pattern. I get to spend a lot of time with a lot of successful entrepreneurs, and one pattern I see is many people have, like you, had to build emotional muscle because of their challenging backgrounds. That's why they have this drive, this hunger. They've been
Yeah.
blessed
Yeah,
with adversity in their childhood.
yeah. Partially,
Partially.
it's also in me, I guess.
Yeah. Well, 100%. That's one pattern I see, and another pattern that I see from a lot of people is they become successful, and then they notice, I kind of also want to be happy.
Yeah.
I want to be fulfilled. I want to
Yeah.
spend time with my kids. I want to really like make joy the priority, or love and connection and family time. And it's so beautiful to see you in that.
I had a midlife crisis in
Yeah.
the past 6 months. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I had like a moment after I was done with the last, because you have like, okay, I need to do this.
Yeah.
This is where I need to. I finished, and then I was like, what the hell did I just do? I was there, and I was like, okay, now what? Now
Yeah.
you have this.
Now what, yeah.
Now what moment? What did I just do? And it's a lot of liability. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, this is not just like fun and joy. And hey, I'm going to a restaurant. I'm going to this. So it's a lot, right? And I had this moment, and even my early 20s moment crept in for a little bit in the past 6 months. But I had to redevelop that muscle again and say, okay, in a different way, though. In a different way this time. I'm more content with the decisions now, and I'm like putting more time in the family, being nicer, doing a lot of things that I haven't done before, which is important.
Yeah, I appreciate that you talk about it. I mean, especially as men.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, and I've shared it earlier. Shared almost in every episode, because I'm aware that for young men, in many countries, I don't know what it's like in the US. I would assume it's top 3. Please, to my editor, fact check me here. But in the UK, the leading cause for premature death in young men is suicide.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling in the US it's going to be up there as well.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful whenever I see a man like you, incredibly successful, who also speaks up about challenges, about
I don't think that
mental health.
Yeah, I mean, that's speaking is. I speak in a way to heal myself more than anything, right?
But it helps others.
We and people should speak. I believe that it doesn't matter. Today, there's so many outlets. I mean, if you can't speak to a person, speak to a chatbot. Speak, because when you speak out what you feel, you're organizing your own thoughts.
Very true.
Told you, I'm addicted to meditation and floating and all that stuff. I told you a little bit before the podcast. Sorting out your mind is the power to do anything else afterwards. I mean, without that, I wouldn't be able to handle anything that I do.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. So speak and meditate and do everything that you need to do to sort out your mind. Calmness within you is everything, I think.
Very true.
For me.
Very true. Well, Guy,
thank you for having me, Axel.
Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for your big heart. Also, thank you for inviting us yesterday. It was a very funny situation.
You're invited today too.
Luis is like, yeah.
Every day.
Thank you for
How long are you here for?
your generosity. Well, if you keep inviting me, I'm gonna move to New York until Monday. But the waiter came and it was like awesome performance. Gotta say. So I'm asking the waiter for the bill. He brings the bill and he says like it makes a grand total of it's on Chef Guy or something along the what did he say?
Nice.
Like, here's your bill. He opens it up and he's like, so it's The chef guy is inviting you.
Yeah, but he like opened it up and like,
Nice.
really appreciate
you.
your
Thank you.
generosity, what
sure.
you do for the movement. I feel your
Try
big
my
heart
best.
and all the kind words, and I will forever. I don't know how many conversations I had,
Yeah.
not knowing you like in person. No, we've met, but how many times Louise, but also me, shared with people like, hey, this was one of the best food experience of my entire life.
I appreciate that.
And
I appreciate that.
it's more than just food. It is like deep connection. Like I
Appreciate that.
wow, just
Appreciate it.
you're an Louis said earlier, food is art, and you're an incredible artist. Like building all of this.
Not alone. I mean, I have all of these people that are there. I probably didn't cook the food in Nixie when you had it, so I gotta give them props too.
Yeah,
Not alone.
100%. And whoever made this shashlik before, I don't know. It reminded me of
Yeah.
childhood.
Yeah.
Of my childhood.
That's-
with my grandma. You know.
I grabbed you exactly where this is what it's about, right? It's about eating with our memories, and that's why I do the way I do it, you know, which is very different than most vegan restaurants, right? It's eating with our
Any
memories.
restaurants, not just vegan.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.